What's going on, Timberwolves fans? Tyrus back again with another Timberwolves Today video for you guys. Guys, it is a dead heat of no news in the NBA season. I don't know what you got. I'm waiting. I'm waiting for some news to drop. I don't know if it's just how last season kind of went or what. Even the free agency this year turned out to be a bit of a dud. Like Nickeil Alexander-Walker was, one of the bigger names that people were looking to sign. So it gets tough to talk about Timberwolves news, especially when guys just aren't talking about much or there isn't anything happening. I'm still kind of waiting for the other shoe to drop. Feels like the Wolves and a couple other teams are looking to make like a couple more moves before this September, October kind of hits and seasons start to get rolling. But ahead of that, Rudy Gobert, it's defensive week in the NBA. Let's start there, first of all. I saw that on Twitter while I was scrolling, setting up the show for today. It's defensive week, and they were showing ant blocks. And of course, the Timberwolves had to post our one and only four-time Defensive Player of the Year, Rudy Gobert. Say what you want about the guy. He's a four-time Defensive Player of the Year. He's in elite company. There's no one else who's really done that. A couple other handfuls of players. Not a couple of more handfuls. Three guys, I want to say. So Rudy Gobert's going to go down as an elite defender. He's going to be a Hall of Famer, whether you like it or not. The guy changes teams that he's on. So can he win a fifth one this year? Is he too far past his prime? Is there another defender who might be ahead of him? I think it's doable. He was pretty solid last year. He didn't really miss a ton of games. He's one of the more healthy players in the NBA. He's one of the most consistent players in the NBA. He may not be the most consistent on the offense, but defensively, he's going to take care of his business. He's going to do his job and keep everything rolling steady on the defensive side of things. So I think it's possible for Rudy to win that fifth Defensive Player of the Year. Not only is the competition seeming kind of weak in terms of guys who are, in the running for Defensive Player of the Year lately, but Rudy is not past his prime. If he was past his prime, we'd be looking to move on past him. We totally just drafted a center to replace him, but that is besides the point. You know what I mean? He's not past his prime. We didn't go and get a guy who can back him up or, fill a role if we didn't want to have Rudy this year. So we have at least another year of Rudy. Now, what happens after that, I don't know. But I'd love to see him win that fifth Defensive Player of the Year with us. I think maybe if we did get rid of him, he'd go and win another one somewhere else. The guy's a stud. He is defensively. He came in and changed how we were playing defensively. We stopped letting up as many easy buckets. Can he dunk the basketball? No. Can he stop others from getting an easy layup? Yes. Does he get dunked on from time to time and it makes him look like a goofball? Absolutely. But so does every other player in the league. Rudy just isn't going to back down from it like some of the other guys do, he doesn't get out of the way when someone's coming. He just kind of eats it. And, he could probably stop doing that. It might help his image a little more, but who really cares at the end of the day? He's still giving effort. I don't know. That's just my 2 cents. I think Rudy's a great player, and I think he could probably win another Defensive Player of the Year this year. We just need him to average, I don't know, a couple blocks a game and a lot of rebounds and show that we're not letting other teams score as much. I think that's all they're looking for anymore. Evan Mobley was on the best team in the East last year, and that's kind of why he won it. And, but even Draymond, I think, finished top 3. So Rudy is never far behind. He's right there in terms of stats and whatever to those guys. So I think it's more than doable to get Rudy into fifth Defensive Player of the Year, which would put him in elite company for sure. But let's get talking some more about this next season. Guys, the Timberwolves have been awarded a Christmas Day game. I can't totally remember if we had one the year before, but this is saying a lot about what the league thinks of Timberwolves viewership and also Nuggets viewership. We're visiting the Nuggets in Denver on Christmas Day game. We know some of the players don't love it, and the NFL is kind of coming for NBA's Christmas Day schedule. They're putting their own games on Netflix and whatever, but the NBA Christmas Day games are a staple. From the Jingle Bells commercial to just the old jerseys that Adidas used to do. It's going to be great. I personally love when the Timberwolves play on Christmas Day. And they did last year. I'm thinking about it now. They totally did. And it was a great game. I want to say it was the Mavericks. I want to say we played the Mavericks on Christmas Day. I think Luka was out. I think we played the Mavericks. I can't remember. There's too many games, but the Christmas Day game is an elite game. Like you don't have anything to do. You're like, oh, we're in between NFL games now. Like, let's throw on the Wolves. I'm always flipping the Wolves on, 100% over whatever random NFL team might be playing. Unless it's the team I cheer for, I'm not really caring too much about it. Um, I think this is a great move for the league. Like the Timberwolves have one of the higher ceilings for viewership, so why not throw them on a game? And Anthony Edwards has done more than enough in the last year and a half to, show that he is one of the faces of the league now. You may not like it. He's very marketable though, and he's a very good player. So he will continue to be one of the faces of the league going forward for the league. Is what it is. And the Christmas Day game, I want to see good numbers. That's the biggest thing because if the NBA shows that they're down in viewership from last year and, they're hurting from the NBA game or NFL games, they may not actually look to continue these, which kind of sucks to say, but that could be the case. But Christmas Day game versus the Nuggets should be winnable. We had their number last year. We went 4-0 against them in the regular season. I like our odds. I do like it. Middle of the season kind of puts us that month and a half before the All-Star break too. That's gonna be a good game. I'm pumped for that one. Joker versus Ant. Let's do it. If you guys didn't know, today, today being August 10th, it would be a year since Anthony Edwards and Team USA won gold at the Olympics. Fun fact. It was not a Sunday either. It is a Sunday today. It was not a Sunday last year, obviously. But what's happened since the last year? Well, that game, a lot of people got to see Anthony Edwards kind of interact with people and interact as more than just a small market star. From the clips we've all seen from the Netflix documentary where he's talking to Obama, and we get to see LeBron and KD and Bam all look terrified that he's alone talking to Obama and calling himself the truth. They look like they were all about to be put on probation or something. They were terrified of what Ant could have been saying to the former president. One of the funnier clips, if you haven't seen it, you need to go check it out. KD's eyes are about to pop out of his head. He was so scared. But no, Anthony Edwards, he was pretty solid on the USA team. He played more than Halliburton did, that's for sure. And he didn't level up his game from it, but it put him around KD, LeBron, Steph, whoever else you want to name there. They were all there, and they kind of got to coach him up. He was still 23, and he's playing on this USA team, which guys are going to go down as top 10, top 15 players of all time, Hall of Famers. And, he gets to be coached by them. He gets to play with them, learn some stuff. But he also got to be exposed to not only the Minnesota Midwest market, not even the U.S. market, but the entire world. Got to see Anthony Edwards on a big stage, get to see that awesome personality that we all love, get to see his game on the court. I don't think there was anything better we could ask for him than being able to be at that game and then win gold at it. Definitely boosted his confidence, and he got to gain a lot of experience on and off the court, which is, oh my gosh, that was such a fun summer too, watching those guys play. They just mopped the floor with everyone too. Like it wasn't even close. Like I think we just got tired of losing, and the big dogs said, "We're going to Paris. It's our turn." Well, I don't know. It was good, and Anthony Edwards got the experience he needed. Lastly, I'd be remiss if I don't always talk about this every chance I have, because every time I'm on Twitter, I see someone talking about KG's jersey getting retired. I think we're all sick of hearing about KG getting his jersey retired. I am. It's going to happen at some point now that Taylor doesn't own the team anymore. But who else could be on the list of getting their jerseys retired? I don't think we have more than 2 jerseys retired at this point. and we're not a team with a bunch of rich history, that's for sure. Um, but there are guys who have been very implemental in the history of the Timberwolves, and I just want to give you guys a short list of guys that I think should be on that. So let's continue with that list. First up, oh my gosh, I just had a brain fart. You guys all just watched it. Pause that there. First up would be Kevin Love. The guy was a walking bucket. He brought a lot of hope to Minnesota. Not a lot of wins, but that was never his fault. Like, we never put a team around him that was gonna succeed. And in return for getting him off the team, we got Wiggins and the Wiggins era. I would like to throw Wiggins on the list too. Again, never really won, but him and Cat, who I'm also throwing on the list, at some point, those three for sure should get their jerseys retired. They're Timberwolves through and through. Everyone remembers them. They never wanted to leave, except for obviously Love wanted out, but that was after he put his time in and the team proved that they weren't going to do anything to try to win. The other two got traded in remissible trades. I think no one wanted to get rid of Cat, but the Randall and Dante side of things have worked out nicely for us so far, so no one's too upset about it. Whereas the Wiggins one, it was just like, I guess he kind of has to go if we're going to move forward. And we got D'Angelo Russell for him. The D'Lo era was so just But obviously, those three are on my list, and I'm also going to put Anthony Edwards obviously on the list. He's going to have to be. I'm going to say Rudy too. So I'm putting 5 guys on my personal list of who I think should be getting their jerseys retired at some point in the future, probably the next 20 years. Those 5 will have their jerseys retired, along with KG. Probably a couple others we'll see get their jerseys retired. I bet they're going to do a big wave of it. But that's going to do it for today. If you guys have anyone that you think needs to get their jerseys retired, go ahead and drop it in the comments. Leave a like. And Timberwolf to end the player. Or Timberwolf to end the player. What am I talking about? Timberwolf to end the video. Let's go ahead with let's go simple today. Let's go Patrick Beverley standing up on the desk, iconic player. Another guy who I wish we would have kept, but the team had to move forward and we got Rudy out of it. So with that, see you guys next time.